Yeah, I've got to ask what I didn't ask Dan about it. So just a story. You mentioned the Kaiser Chiefs, just a story
Mm,
about I Predict a Riot story.
yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. So let me just. I'm trying to think what times this would have been. 2003, sort of early to mid 2003 maybe. And we'd done a tour. We'd done like this totally DIY. So people talk about DIY, they ain't got a fucking clue, right? We did this tour across the UK where we'd got enough dole money to get a train ticket to the first gig, and then the money from that gig would pay for the train ticket to the next gig, and so on. And so we'd done this sort, and we'd come back, and we were really hyped, and we wanted to do a gig, so we decided to do another gig at Pigs, and it was great, and it was rammed, and I can't remember if people were going absolutely mad and crazy and hurling themselves about because the gig was amazing and they loved it, or if it's because the drum machine had broken
Right.
and people were sort of like throwing things. I can't remember, but people were starting to get on stage. You know how they used to do around that time. It was sort of Libertines and sort of started it, hadn't they? Where it's like,
Mm.
we'll break down the barrier between the bands and the fans. It's like, fuck that. I'm in the band. I'm on stage. You're down there. There's a gulf of separation. I don't want you anywhere near me. But anyway, people had started getting on stage, and the bouncers would get on stage to try and throw people off, and they tried to throw me off the stage. And I was like, I'm in the band. And they're like, you're just some other dickhead on stage. I'm like, I am a dickhead on stage, right? But I'm also in the band. And then I got into a tussle with the bouncer, and he hit me. I only had my pants, my underpants on at the time.
Nice detail.
Yeah, I don't know how that had come about. But while all this was going on, Nick turned to somebody in the club and he said, "We need to do something because I predict a riot." Right. And so he went home that night and he wrote the song "I Predict a Riot." But it's really important, I think, to point out, because obviously this sort of comes up quite a lot. This sort of story. And I think it's important to clear up that the song isn't about us. It's not about Black White. It's just that title. So whatever he wrote in the rest of the song is about something else. But that doesn't change that it is really ace to be a part of, because it's a fantastic pop song, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And to have a personal connection to something that that is, so well crafted and great, it is brilliant. Yeah. So even if it is just the title, and the title's the most important part anyway, right? Because that comes up in the chorus.
Yeah, yeah.